Hello, good morning, namaskar. Today I am going to discuss about pus. What is pus? How it is formed? What are the sources of infection? Types of pus and homeopathic management. Pus is a thick fluid containing dead tissue. Pus is a thick fluid containing dead tissue, cells and bacteria. Your body often produces it when it's fighting off an infection, especially infection caused by bacteria. Depending on the location and type of infection, pus can be many type or many color including white, yellow, green, brown, healthy, aqueous and mixed. While it sometimes has a foul smell, it can also be odorless in certain conditions. Keep reading to learn more about what causes pus and when you should call a doctor. What are the causes of pus? Pus causing infections can happen when bacteria or fungi enter in your body through broken skin or after injury, inhaled droplets from a cough or sneeze, poor hygiene. When the body detects an infection, it sends neutrophils. Neutrophils is a type of white blood cells to destroy the fungi or bacteria. During this process, some of the neutrophils and tissue surrounding the infected area will die. Pus is an accumulation of this dead material. Pus is an accumulation of this dead material. Many types of infection can cause pus. Infection involving the bacteria Staphylococcus aureus or Streptococcus pyogenes are especially prone to pus. Both of these bacteria release toxins that damage tissue, creating pus. Where it forms? Pus generally forms in an abscess. This is a cavity or a space created by the broken down of tissue. Abscesses can form on your skin surface or inside your body. However, some parts of your body are exposed to more bacteria. This makes them more vulnerable to infection. These area includes urinary tract, mouth, skin, eyes. Urinary tract. Most urinary tract infection or UTI are caused by E. coli, a type of bacteria that found in your colon. You can easily introduce it into your urinary tract by wiping from back to front after a bowel movement. It's pus that makes your urine cloudy when you have a UTI with burning sensation. The mouth. Your mouth is warm and moist, making it the perfect environment for bacterial growth. If you have an untreated cavity or crack in your tooth, for example, you might develop a dental abscess near the root of the tooth or your gums. Bacterial infections in your mouth can also cause pus to collect on your tonsils. This causes tonsillitis. The skin. Skin abscess often form due to a boil or an infected hair follicle. Severe acne, which is a build-up dead skin, dried oil and bacteria, can also result in pus-filled abscesses. Open wounds are also vulnerable to pus producing infection. The eyes. Pus generally accompanies eye infections such as pink eye, other eye tissues such as a blocked tear duct or embedded dirt or grit can also produce pus in your eye in cases of STI. Does it cause any symptoms? If you have an infection that is causing pus, you will probably also have some other symptoms. If the infection is on the surface of your skin, you might notice warm red skin around the abscess in addition to a streak of red surrounding the abscess. The area might also be painful and swollen. Internal abscesses usually don't have many visible symptoms, but you might have flu-like symptoms. These can include fever, chills, fatigue. These flu-like symptoms can also accompany a more severe skin infection. What if I notice pus after surgery? Any cuts or incision made during surgery can develop a type of infection called a surgical site infection or SSI. According to Johns Hopkins Medicine, people undergoing surgery have a 1 to 3% chance of getting one. While SSIs can affect anyone who's had surgery, there are certain things that can increase your risk. SSI risk factors include having diabetes, smoking, obesity, surgical procedures that last for more than 2 hours, having a condition that weakens your immune system, undergoing treatment such as chemotherapy that weakens your immune system. Depending on their location, there are three main categories of SSI: superficial, deep incisional, and organ space. Superficial, this refers to SSIs that only occurs on your skin surface. Deep incisional, this type of SSI occurs in the tissue or muscles surrounding the incision site. Organ space, this occurs within the organ being operated on or in the space surrounding it. Symptoms of SSI include redness around the surgical site, warmth around the surgical site, pus draining from the wound or through a drainage tube if you have one, fever. How can I get rid of pus? Treating pus depends on how serious the infection causing it is. For small abscesses on your skin surface, applying a wet warm compress can help drain pus. Apply the compress a few times a day for several minutes. Just make sure you avoid the urge to squeeze the abscess. While it might feel like you are getting rid of the pus, you are likely pushing some of it deeper into your skin. It also creates a new open wound. This could develop into another infection. For abscesses that are deeper, bigger, or harder to reach, you will need medical help. Your doctor can draw out the pus while a needle or make a small incision to allow the abscess to drain. If the abscess is very large, they may insert a drainage tube or pack it with medicated gauze. For deeper infections or ones that won't heal, you may need antibiotics. Is pus preventable? While some infections are unavoidable, reduce your risk by doing the following. Keep cuts and wounds clean and dry. Don't shear razors. Don't pick at pimples or scabs. If you already have an abscess, here is how to avoid spreading your infection. Don't share towels or bedding. Wash your hands after touching your abscess. Avoiding communal swimming pool. Avoid shared gym equipment that would come in contact with your abscess. The bottom line: pus is a common and normal byproduct of your body's natural response to infection. Minor infections, especially on the surface of your skin, usually heal on their own without treatment. More serious infections usually need medical treatment, such as a drainage tube or antibiotics. Contact your doctor for any abscess that don't seems to be getting better after a few days. Homeopathic medicine: Arnica montana, belladonna, calendula, hippersulf, graphites, merxol, megaerium, pulsatilla, silicea, thuja and gunpowder, streptococcinum, staphylococcinum, or other indicated medicine may used for management of an abscess. Along with these medicine, including according to sign and symptoms. Before using any medicine, you contact your doctor. In this way, we see abscess type, pus, its types, management and homeopathic medicine. Thank you for watching. Like, share and subscribe.